There's some new reports going around about some WWE roster cuts, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out some rumors for Liv Morgan's character change, what's next for Damage Control, and much more. WWE roster cuts usually take place at least twice a year. They usually take place around spring and winter. These roster cuts usually consist of WWE releasing certain superstars and talent that are either not really working well or talent that isn't really showing any signs of overall improvement. And back in the pandemic era for WWE, it felt like there were roster cuts going on every few months. And these roster cuts there during that time span were pretty insane because big superstars that were just on television and former world champions were getting released like nothing, left and right. But then the mass releases stopped for a while and we sort of started seeing the exact opposite. Triple H started bringing back a lot of superstars that were previously released from the company. And now it appears that another roster cut is coming to WWE's roster this summer. WrestleVotes claim that WWE releases will be happening prior to the Money in the Bank event, which takes place on July 1st. So that means this roster cut is set to happen here sometime soon in the coming weeks of June. It's a scary time for both the fans and the talent. Obviously, the talent could be fearful of losing their job, and the fans are fearful because they may lose someone that they were a big fan of. Reports claim that a majority of the roster cuts could also include some performance center talent that aren't improving. So it's definitely going to be a situation worth monitoring in the coming weeks. Another new update has come out on Liv Morgan's injury. It's now being reported that Liv suffered from a torn rotator cuff. Depending on the severity of it and if Liv Morgan needs the full surgery, it could take her anywhere from 4 to 9 months to make a full recovery and return to full strength. So it's unfortunately gonna be a while before Liv steps foot in the ring again. But rumors are already going around for what big changes Liv Morgan can go through with her character when she returns. Reports claim that there was no massive plans for Liv and Raquel to continue as a tag team deep into the future. So fans speculate that maybe another Liv solo run was going to happen after they lost the tag team titles. And it could be a bit exhausting and repetitive because when it comes to the women's tag team titles, we see a lot of splits and breakups taking place there. Just look at Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch as a recent example of that. But the rumor was that Liv Morgan was supposedly getting another character change there. Unfortunately, the injury puts a massive delay on all those plans, and we may be in 2024 before Liv makes her return to the ring. But considering the time away from the ring and how she'll be making her return after such a long time away from the ring, Liv's upcoming return could be the perfect time and place for her to debut a new character and persona. We saw Liv have her first heel era during her time with the Riot Squad. Then she went solo looking to prove herself. Then she reunited with Ruby Riott. Then she climbed to the top and became SmackDown Women's Champion. Then she went through a period where her character was sort of unhinged following her title loss, but that was short-lived and didn't really lead towards much. And then she formed the tag team with Raquel and did capture the tag team titles. So it'll be interesting to see what Liv Morgan's character will look like when she returns in a few months. Will she be the underdog babyface? Will she go back to being a heel? Will she come after the world titles? It'll definitely be great to see what ends up happening there for Liv. So now that Dakota Kai is unfortunately on the shelf for the next 6 to 9 months, that leaves one of WWE's big storylines in an absolute limbo state. And this storyline in question is Damage Control and the tension that was going on there with the group. Damage Control debuted at SummerSlam 2022, and it was an impactful first appearance for the group. Bayley was just coming back off the torn ACL. Dakota had been released from the company, and IYO was reportedly on her way out of the company as well. So it was this big unexpected debut and appearances from 3 superstars who were all on the shelves for different reasons. But they appeared together, formed their new group, and even captured the women's tag team titles multiple times. However, after losing their tag team titles for the second time, everything changed with Damage Control. There were no more big wins happening, or barely any wins at all really happening anymore. It was just one big loss after another. A big loss at WrestleMania, miscommunication amongst the team, and coming up short in all their title opportunities. And it was quickly becoming an intriguing storyline because all three Damage Control members were basically doing their own thing, and it was creating an interesting dynamic, such as Backlash, where you had IYO taking care of Bianca Belair in the ring, but out came Bayley running down the ramp to help. But Dakota was trying to keep Bayley backstage, so everything was just a mess, and everyone was on different pages. And it seemed like it was boiling up to either Bayley turning on Dakota and IYO, or Dakota and IYO turning on Bayley. But with Dakota's injury, it puts a massive hold and cancellation to whatever they were cooking up there. So now, it's just Bayley and IYO that are left to represent Damage Control. It'll be interesting to see if the real-life loss of Dakota Kai due to an injury could impact the story and change things up. Maybe Bayley and IYO get closer than ever and unite, even more due to the loss of Dakota. Maybe Dakota going down is what gets Bayley and IYO back on track, and maybe they continue to be a tag team going forward. The women's tag team division is often weak and could use some depth, so it wouldn't hurt if they stayed together as a team. Or if they really want to take it down that dark route, Bayley can probably turn on IYO and take out her frustrations on IYO. It could possibly be something similar to what we saw with the Shield back in 2018. Roman Reigns had to step away from the ring at the time because of a medical condition, and it was Ambrose and Rollins that were left to fight on behalf of the Shield and fight to honor Roman. But it didn't take long for Ambrose to brutally turn on Seth Rollins, while emotions were still high from Roman's announcement. So maybe a similar idea here. Maybe Bayley and IYO plan to fight together and honor Dakota Kai, but maybe Bayley just reaches her breaking point and really gives Damage Control a heartbreaking ending. First, they lost Dakota to injury. Then Bayley's shocking turn on IYO. It could be a route to take them in right now. It'll give Bayley a clear path to get herself back to her selfish ways and only start caring for herself again, possibly trying to contend for the women's world title on SmackDown. While the turn could also make IYO SKY into a sympathetic babyface and probably set her up for a good singles run as well. So it's definitely going to be a situation to monitor going forward. Will WWE keep Bayley and IYO together, or will they soon fall apart as well? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.